Okay, so I'm gonna unbox this, then assemble it before I go up there and install it. So I want to see what's in here because I don't even know what's in here, but I want us to do it together so we can learn and figure out how to assemble this thing. And I'm gonna record also the install so you guys can see if you're interested in one and buying one of these. So let me just remove the box. It seems pretty simple. That's the back. The back looks like that. If you have ever installed one of these, can you drop a comment there and tell me what you think? And is it difficult to install it, or is it easy to install it? I don't know about this one. It's so broken. These plastic ties. All right. So let me know. But I will install it no matter what. I'll figure this out and we'll be able to start. It comes with these anchors right here. I think for the drywall or something like that. And then this is the instruction here. I think you remove this pin right here and then the thing locks into that pin right up there. I will figure this out. That's the instruction, I think. There's nothing else in here. Everything is up. So there's not really much in here, like really. Just this paper and this. That's all that I have in here. And then in the back here they have the switch here for different lightings and stuff. If you want to see this one here, so you can do different temperatures. All right. So all I need to figure right now is that, so this one, so that's pretty easy. So this one just basically wants to install this bracket up there. The whole thing just slides in here. And I think it has like this thing on the side here that there's like screws on the side here. This screws here. This ones go here. They slide in here. If you place it down, I think. You can do it like that and then just slide it and it locks. So that shouldn't be that bad. And then you got this safety thing that clamps on here. Alright, so this is it. So I'm gonna go up there and install this bracket. I usually try to find studs or use like anchors instead of this type of anchors. I don't like this. They make a lot of holes on the drywall. These are the better anchors. If you enjoy stuff like this, stick around, and we're gonna go in that closet then and try to install this. So I'm gonna show you my favorite anchors that works really well on drywall. And if you ever want to anchor something on the wall, go buy some of this. I can't remember the name because the paper here, the paper that was, okay, they're called right here. They're called drywall anchors. They're this white plastic thing. You basically just drill a small hole in the drywall and you just use your drill like this and it just screws into the drywall. And if there's a stud the other side, it's not gonna go. So you just make sure that where you try to anchor this, there's no studs. So where there's a stud, you can use like regular screws, but hopefully, I don't know if there's any studs where I'm gonna try to use it, but I use this. They're way better than this piece. All right, they can hold like a super heavy things, and this thing is not that heavy at all, so it should be fine. I'm gonna make sure that I have one here, one here, one here, one here, maybe even one here, and another one right here to just make sure it's securely anchored into the drywall. Okay. All right. So let's go up there now and try to install this thing. Just wanted to show you one more thing. So the only tools you need is probably just a screwdriver. You can maybe use a stud finder to try to find where the studs are if you want to. I'm gonna try to, but I don't know how. I'll mark this and maybe I'll mark all the holes in the drywall and use one of these, some of these bits, like a really tiny one to screw in and see if there's a stud there. If there's a stud, then I can just use regular screws. You're gonna use a marker, maybe a level like this to make sure that this thing is this level if you're an OCD like me. Alright? So let's go up there. There's not a lot you need really. Alright, so now I'm gonna remove this. See, this one still has like those fluorescent lights. Those are more like for the garage. But I guess back in the day, they used this also in my closets and stuff. Alright, so I got one. So it's not gonna be as bright because I'm taking the lights off. I should have turned that. Should have turned the lights on. So I should turn the light off first. Alright, so now I need to figure out how to undo this. I think this comes off. Like that. Man, I can't remember. We used to have this in our schools. This type of light. I don't see this anymore in the houses, inside the house. There's only 2 screws, one on one side and the other side. It's pretty easy. I think I already undid it. And they're using the same kind of anchors. The one I was saying I don't like. Because those ones, like, you have to make a huge hole to be able to take it to get it up there. And I don't like that. So the wiring is pretty simple, white and white, black and black. That's all you need to remember. So I'm gonna do this to be safe. And then the ground, it's right there. Yeah, like I said, I do not like these anchors, but that's what we use up here. Oh man. Because even taking it out, it's just a pain. There, I got one side. See how longer? Same ones. The same ones that I was showing you to just use. Got it. Should we remove that first? So there it is. It's out. So let me turn my camera so I can show you how big the holes are. You see those 2 holes back there? There's huge. Like this huge one here, and then there's another one here. You know, I'm not gonna worry about patching it because this other one is going to cover it. But it looks like there's a stud right here, and then there's a stud right here. I see it. And then there's a stud right here. I see like some nail heads. I'm gonna mark them just in case. There's a stud, there's a stud, there's another one right there, another one right there. So if I put my bracket in, I'm lucky the bracket falls on that. I'm be happy. But either way, I got anchors that can anchor this. But usually doesn't, man. Yeah, I'm not so lucky. I am not so lucky. It holds away too far. So I'm a little bit of an OCD, so this thing has to be like perfect. And then I have my marker. There you go. If you don't have an upper arm strength, this kind of job is hard. You feel it. You feel like your arms like really getting tired. So now I have all these lines marked, and I think we should be good. Should be able to make holes in here and anchor this stuff. All right. So what I usually do, I still use my lever to just make sure that my lines are straight. You know. I missed that one. And then over here. Alright, those are straight. I'm gonna put this back again just to confirm that my lines are where I want them to be. Alright, they're good. The lines are good. Perfect. Alright, so now I am going to use one of these bits to check if, I don't think there's a stud right here because I already checked. So just use like a really the smallest one so it doesn't make it too much of a big hole. I'm gonna try to cover this one because it's driving me crazy. So I'm gonna poke a hole right here. Nothing. Nothing. No holes. No studs, I guess. No stud. No stud. No stud. No stud. There's a stud right there. Do you hear the sound? There's a stud, one stud right there. So I'm gonna mark that side now. Stud. Right there. So that's the only place to with the stud. Let me try this one. Nothing. Nothing. So that way I know where my anchor is gonna go, and that I'm not gonna be hitting a stud or anything like that. Alright. So, and I apologize how this is kind of boring to watch, but I know some of you guys probably appreciate this because you've probably been dreading to install one of these lights, but you just didn't know how. But alright, so now what I need to do is just screw these anchors in there. And as long as you have like a little hole, the one I just did, I don't need to make it bigger or use a bigger screw. This should work. So let me start with this one here. There it is, you see that? It goes pretty good. And this thing holds really tight. This one is way too big, so I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna use this one. So I got 2 there. I'm probably just gonna use 4. That should be good enough for this. And then another one here. Maybe add another one here, maybe just 1, just to be safe. Or maybe you can just put 2. And then I'll put the one that has a stud right there. Just be gentle with this. Because if you just go, the whole thing is gonna go all the way through into the attic. So just be gentle. There. I think that should be enough to hold this. And then over here I just use one of the screws that I have. I'm always recycling. So if I remove the screws, I use like one of these drywall screws. Something like longer. Not too long. Maybe something like that. Recycle and use them again. So it's right there. So now I need to install the bracket, but 1 second, let me guess. And the bracket shows you there's an arrow. I don't know what it says. It says lock in direction. So right here, lock in direction. So when you put it here, you're gonna be locking and slide it in this way. So you can lock. Alright. And when you buy these anchors, they also come with the screws that fit them perfectly. So you don't have to try to figure out what size of screws this will fit in this snag to hold this. Alright, so let's do this anchor now. The cool thing about this, once you put like 1 in or 2, you're good. It'll be able to hold itself. So you can just hand tighten first. There you go. I'll just have a hard time lining this. Alright. So then you just use your drill to enter it. So just go soft. Throw anything in. See what I was saying? This thing, it's not going anywhere. And then the one that had a stud right here, I would just use, you don't use this one, just use like the drywall one. So just go through it, snag. So I just put it right here. This one is all bent, so spinning and stuff, but let me use this one. This is all permanent. It's not going anywhere. So that bracket is anchored. So I'm gonna get some drywall mat and just cover this because this is driving me crazy, okay? So hold on a second, I'll be right back. There it is. So that should be able to cover that. It's going to be covered by the light so nobody's going to see it. So I don't have to worry about making it perfect. Alright, so now we need to install these. Alright. Same thing, you have to follow the arrows, so just slide that way. There's like this thing here that is supposed to go somewhere here to hold. So I'm going to see if I can try it so it can help me hold this while I connect the wires. I'll try that. It's going to be very difficult to put it because it's all, I think maybe here on the side. Oh, there's like a little, there's this place here that this thing goes. So I see it right here. There. So once you put it like that, you have a chance now to be able to connect these things. This came with a bunch of these wire nuts. So I'm gonna start with this L wire. It's a good idea to start with this, and then connect the rest of them. Like that, and then I'm gonna go the neutral one, this white one, and then black and black. So black is power. There's no power, but yeah, man, I'm always scared. I've been electrocuted before. Okay, so before I can slide this in, I'm gonna turn the light on just to make sure everything works. Alright? So the moment of truth, guys. Let's try it out. See if the light's coming on. It should. There it is. So it's got all kinds of like different shades of lights, like temperatures and stuff. Right now I think it's on, let me read. Right now it's on 3000 Kelvins. So that's 5000 Kelvins, and that's like daytime. I'll show you right there, daytime. And then if you move it there, thinking all the lights in the house about that, about this light right here. So that's what I'm gonna leave on. All right. So let me just make sure that's the same light over here. That's the same temperature in my other lights. So that looks perfect here. Okay. So I think I might have like put some drywall on the side there, but I'm not cleaning it up. So when I was doing drywall, I put some on the side here. I want to clean it up just so it doesn't cause issues. There you go. All right, so the rest of this wires is just gonna be here. It's just like that. So let's see how this thing slides. So it's supposed to and this is something. Let's see what I'm doing. So it's supposed to, this is supposed to be like in here. And then this one here. It's just one thing I'm missing to line it up. Okay, so let's see. So I can freaking slide this in here. Maybe I should have just stayed on this side. I was about to get it. Maybe I should use this first. Goes there. There's those little clips that I forgot. Don't forget that. I forgot that I have these things that guide everything. This goes right there. And then so guys, it's not that easy to get it up here, but we'll get it. Nothing is impossible. I think I got it. There. Yay! I got it, guys. It locked. It's in. Woohoo! So there it is, guys. So it's on. And it looks really nice. If you guys can see, I'm gonna move my camera so you guys can see how it looks. Even up there on the corners, there's no gaps. Like that. So you just have to tinker around with it until you get it. Yeah, but it's not easy. So it's need a lot of tinkering until you get it. But right now it looks good. It's flash. It's not coming, it's not falling. Everything clipped in. And we installed the light. Well, if you have any questions about this, please ask me, because this is not easy to install. I mean, it's not hard to install, but sliding up there, it's gonna, you can see my face, I'm sweaty. And if you enjoy stuff like this, please watch my other videos too. Drop me a comment, let me know how I'm doing. Share with your friends. help me out. Subscribe and support my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.